been 10 months since I bought my Model Y, and so I figured I'd do a quick review of the things that I love about it and a couple of issues. Let's get started and get educated by Ted. Overall, my Model Y, it's 2022 Performance version. It's the best car I've ever owned. Let me just go through a few things. First of all, there's no dealer that you have to deal with. I really love the fact that you just go into one of their showrooms. I took a test drive. I'd already driven a couple of them because my father had owned them. But I took a test drive and then just ordered it online, and the process was just so much better than going to a dealer. The second thing I love about my Model Y is the tech. And when I say the tech, I'm not just talking about the screen that's here and the different things that you can do, but just the car is really been thought of from the ground up. It's not a car company that was making internal combustion engines and then they decided, oh, let's just stick an electric, powertrain in here. It's really from the ground up. I'm going to explain a few tech-specific reasons why the car is awesome. One of the awesome tech features is the fact that you can pre-cool and preheat this car. So when you're in your vehicle, you can actually set what you want. So for the front seats, you can say, okay, I want this side at 68, that side at 70, or whatever you want. And then if you want your seat heater on, like my wife really likes it warm, so I set that warm. I usually don't even have it on. Whatever you set it for, right? When you're outside the car, say you're at a grocery store, you're coming out, and you want to warm the car up, you can just go into your app on the phone, tell it to turn on, and the cabin will go. Now, you can still change those settings. What's really awesome, especially in the summer in the Bay, it's super hot. And so for you to be able to use the climate control and change the temperature is just awesome before you get in the car. Another tech thing on this car, which is amazing, is the charging. And when I say charging, you can see here the range that I have, but you can actually charge at home up to 48 amps. That's over 11 kilowatts, and that actually gets you about almost 40 miles per hour of range added. Another great thing about this Tesla, and every Tesla actually, is you're never going to run out of charge. If you listen to what the car tells you to do, you are not going to run out of juice. And that's because all these superchargers that you see here, they're all network. They give you these numbers. They show you how many are available. And when you plug a road trip into your car, it'll tell you, you have to stop here. And I've actually done a route where it told me to stop at a particular one, and then as I got close, all the cells, all the stations were full, so it said go to the next one. So again, this is part of the another of the intelligence of the vehicle. Why am I down here in front of my wheel? Because another thing I love about the vehicle is the regenerative braking. I'm just showing you this because it symbolizes the braking, obviously. I expect that I'm not going to have to change pads on this for like 100,000 miles because I'm almost always just using one pedal driving. I use the accelerator. When you lift off, the car actually slows itself down and it charges the battery. Another thing I love about my Tesla Model Y is that there's so many add-on accessories that you can get. This is just one example. This is a Hydro Flask insert. It's awesome because it holds it. You can get all kinds of little trays and other accessories. And then one, which is really awesome, you can see there's a button right there that I added to the back. Those sexy buttons have a controller, a commander. And so one of the things that you can program it to do is when you open your back door, if I hold it, and this is again programmed, you see how that charge door went open? That's just, again, another extra great feature that's available in the car. So when I charge at work, for example, it's great. I usually have my suitcase in the back. I open the door, I hold the handle, and then that opens, and then I go and do my charging. Another thing I love about my Model Y is all the cargo capacity. So you can store a lot of stuff here. These seats will fold down, so you just do that and you can put longer items. You also have quite a big storage space down here. So you have all this space in the trunk. And then in addition to that, you also have the frunk, which is really cool. Obviously no internal combustion engine car has this, and it's a really nice storage space in here as well. Some other things that I really love about the vehicle is just how quiet it is when you're driving, especially city driving. It's just super quiet. Some people complain about the road feel of the vehicle. I actually like the fact that you feel the road. It's a lot more sporty of a feel. Another big benefit and a reason I love this car is because of the cost to drive it. I created a video previously where you can calculate what it costs in your area, but basically it's about a third the cost of filling up. And that plus the fact that there's no oil changes, you know, just a lot more of the maintenance things that you have to do are just not required on an electric vehicle and not on a Tesla for sure. I really love my car, as I mentioned. I do want to, however, say that I did have one service issue, and that was the switches here, which I showed you, that throw the seats down. I had the car for maybe a month and these really weren't working well. So I just brought it in and had that fixed. And then really the only other gripe that I honestly could say is when you're plugging into a third-party charger, you know, what happens is in the charge port here, you have an adapter, Tesla, they provide you an adapter, and there's a pin that locks the charger in here. And with a Tesla charger, it's great. There's a button on it and it tells the car, hey, I'm done charging, I want to pull out. But on a third-party one, there's no way to do that. And so you actually have to go into your app, you tell the car to stop charging, and then you tell it to unlock the pin there. It's a super minor gripe, and I don't actually know how they could improve it. So I guess I should not really complain. Well, that's my review. As you can tell, I really love my vehicle. With the recent price cuts that Tesla has made, I strongly recommend this vehicle. That's all for now. You got educated by Ted.
If you like the contents of this video, please click the like button and subscribe. If you have ideas for future videos, please put them in the comments below.